Contentstack's Visual Builder is an experience using a WYSIWYG interface, which means you can manage, build, and edit pages in real time on the page itself, meaning what you see is truly what you get. You can work more efficiently as you instantly see edits as you make them, moving away from the traditional form-based editing that you might be used to. It's really been designed to help you bring your vision to life and to collaborate seamlessly with members of your team. With Visual Builder, web editing is truly more intuitive and efficient. It really is the future of content management. So, how does it work? You'll notice that I'm working at the organization level. I'll enter the stack I want to work with. On the left side, you'll notice there's a visual experience button, and when you click it, you'll enter the visual experience. But down towards the bottom, you'll see that you're in the timeline section by default. What we want to do is click the pill button to the left of it to enter the Visual Builder. When you enter Visual Builder, there's a few elements you should be aware of. First and foremost is the address bar up towards the top. This entire environment is what your page will look like when rendered in a web browser. So we have browser-like behaviors. In this address bar, we can navigate to different pages in our stack. Right now, I'm on the home page, but I can use this menu to navigate to any other entry associated with each of these content types. So if I expand article, I can select the Food in Africa entry. You'll notice that the page loads. I'll use the drop-down menu in the address bar to navigate back to the home page. Of course, if you want to just type in a search term to find any entry as well, instead of having to remember what content type it's associated with, you can do that as well. Next to the address bar, you can select any variant this entry might have. Again, that will load in the window. You can also change the zoom percentage and the device preview, giving you a real-time indication of what this page will look like when rendered in the real world. I'll quickly switch back to the base entry. As you hover over the page, you'll notice your cursor changes, and based upon what component you're over will determine what options you get. For example, the menu system will function just as expected. But when you get to a component that can be edited, a toolbar will appear. So I'll click on this body of text, and you'll see the toolbar changes. Here I can see the component hierarchy, as well as an option to open the form, which we'll take a look at in just a second, as well as an option to add a comment for a colleague. But the great thing is I can just edit this text. If I want to add or remove text, simply do it here in the visual view. Here, I'll just go ahead and remove some of these words. The power here becomes really apparent when you use the form in conjunction with this visual editing. On the right-hand side, click the Form button to expand the Forms panel, which is a scaled-down version of the familiar entry form. Here, you can go back and forth with your edits. What you do in the form updates what's in the preview window, and what you do in the preview window will update the form. If I scroll down the page to the cards, I can change the order in the toolbar by using these arrows. That's the same as using the form panel and dragging a card either above or below the other. The right-hand side offers a few additional tools, like viewing the status of the page, reviewing any drafts, widgets, or audiences. If we click on Discussions and toggle the View Comments on the top right, we'll be able to see any comments that were added by other users in line in the preview window. Of course, editing existing entries isn't the only thing you can do with Visual Builder. You can create brand new pages as well. To the left of the address bar, you can click the plus sign, and here in the window you can specify the content type, and in this case, I'll choose landing page. Then I'll give it a title. I'll type Madagascar, and the default URL looks good. This will load a page without any components, so we can get to work and start adding them. When I click the Components button, a selector will open giving me options for which component I want to use. In this case, I'll choose Teaser. For the heading component, I'll change it to something about Madagascar. In the form, I can click the AI Assistant button and type, "Write a short heading to entice people to visit Madagascar." The AI Assistant generates a good heading, so I'll accept it. I'll just go ahead and remove these quotes, which can be done in the preview window or the form panel. It's your choice. Next, I can add an image, and here I'll do this through the form by clicking the Choose File button. Again, this is just showing you that you can work back and forth between the form panel and the preview window. I'll select this image here. To add additional components, use the breadcrumbs in the Forms panel and click Components. Here, you can click Add Block and select from the available components in the window. Additionally, you should be able to see a visual divider in the preview window that gives you the same option. I'll click Card Collection and notice a new block appears on the page. I can click Add Item to add a card, and I can interact with that component in the preview window. Obviously, I could spend additional time perfecting this content, but hopefully this gives you an understanding of the visual editing capabilities. Anytime you make a lot of changes, you want to make sure to save it. When you're ready to deploy, in the top right, you'll see the Deploy button. When you click it, it'll bring you to a screen where you can decide how you want to handle the deployment. In this case, I'll simply click Publish.